I didn't change my offer. I changed how I packaged it. And so when I first read $100 million offers, I thought it was just another business book. But then it made me realize one thing. The reason my business really wasn't scaling had nothing to really do with how hard I was working, and really had everything to do with how it's presenting value. You see, I didn't really change my product. I changed how I packaged it. And that shift alone transformed everything. My pricing, my positioning, and even my confidence when talking to clients. Here's the truth most entrepreneurs don't like to admit, even myself. A lot of us have read these frameworks, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have applied them. And we highlight, we nod, we say, yeah, that makes sense. But then we go back to running our businesses the exact same way. Honestly, that was me. I've had this book for years, and I was stuck doing custom work for every single client, building funnels, automating subs every time, charging roughly the same, no matter how complex the job was. I thought I had a marketing problem, but what I really had was a value equation problem. Now, I wasn't showing people a clear before and after. I was selling tasks, not really transformation. And so when prospects looked at my offer, they couldn't really tell the difference between me and the next agency. And when that happens, there's only one way to compete: price. So everything changed when I really started looking at my own business through the lens of all of Hormozi's frameworks. For example, when you look at $100 million offers, you see the whole idea here is that your offer should be so good, people feel stupid saying no. But it's not about lowering your price. It's about increasing the value. So I asked myself, what outcome am I really selling? And as soon as I started asking myself that, I stopped selling things like CRM setups, websites, or even high-level automations. And then I started selling a lot of the capabilities and outcomes, such as an AI receptionist. Same tool, same system, completely different perception of value. Now, instead of explaining what high-level does, I talk about what it creates: predictable follow-ups, faster responses, and happier customers, really without adding any extra labor. Then the $100 million leads book took it even further. You see, instead of chasing clients, I started to build a content funnel that does the nurturing for me. And High Level is brilliant at doing this. It's one of its strengths, being able to nurture. And so when I focused on each video, I created each post, or I generated case studies, I started focusing on making sure that micro belief kept being built upon each other. Each video, post, or case study creates micro belief, showing small wins that naturally lead people to ask, how can I get this too? And then finally, I will tell you the game changer, the final piece, $100 million money models. This is the one that made me rethink how money flows through my business. Now, before I'm as guilty as many others. I was earning like a freelancer and a contractor, project to project, always restarting the month at zero. I charged by the hour. Maybe it was a fixed price, but at the end of the day, it was cost plus, which means I had to put in my own costs because I was spending my own hours and my own time in order to earn that dollar. So with recurring retainers, automation packages, this is how I made money, and even subscription offers. Now, it's not that I suddenly became smarter. It's that I finally started applying the frameworks that gave structure to what I already knew worked. And that's really key. So let me show you how this plays out in real life. Okay. Now, a few months ago, I was working with a cleaning business, and they were great at their service, but terrible at follow-ups, missed calls, forgotten leads, really no reminders. I could have just said, hey, let's set you up with high level, but instead I reframed it. You don't need more staff. You need an AI employee who works 24/7, handles your quotes, sends reminders, and never takes a day off. The same setup, different framing. And what do? They had already prepaid for the year. Why give me more money? Instead, this woke them up, and they signed on immediately. Now, a week later, I used the same approach with another business. Same outcome. That's when I knew this wasn't luck. This was leverage. See, when you stop selling tools and start selling outcomes, everything changes. Your close rate, your confidence, and your client retention. Now, most business owners overcomplicate these things. They're chasing the next platform, the next ad trick, the next feature. But 90% of growth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things better. And that's what the $100 million frameworks really did for me. You see, they gave me a clear lens to focus my time, my energy, and my message. Because it's not about trying to copy Alex Hormozi's business. He's successful, that's great. But it is about learning to think like him and those that have supported him, to see leverage where others see labor. Now, if you're an agency owner or a small business builder who's been reading these books but still struggling to apply them, I encourage you to join my community, GHL Money Labs, where you will find others trying to apply these frameworks to grow faster, smarter, and together. Now, full transparency, if you decide to sign up for High Level using my affiliate links or even upgrade your existing plan, I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you, but it's one way to support the channel while accessing the exact tools that I use. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of Hormozi's $100 million frameworks has made the biggest impact on your business? Offers, leads, or money models? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone.